Hey, how's it going, everybody? Coach Kyle here, and whenever somebody enters this group, I always ask them a question. What's a struggle, diet, running, etc. related struggle you have? So, on today I ask, you answer. I ask, you answer, and then I re-answer. The question is, I struggle to work full time, fit in all my training runs, and still find the time to prepare healthy, not processed meals. So, let's see. We got some things I want to chat just quickly about. So, when it comes to fitting training in, I always first off remind people that don't underestimate the impact that 2 to 3 20 to 30 minute jogs a week can have. I sometimes feel people, they think, oh, I can only run 2 to 3 miles this morning. Not worth it. It's worth it if it's the difference between 2 runs that week and 4 to 5. If you can only fit in 2 3-mile runs, aside with maybe a weekend or 2 long run and then another run during the week, getting 6 miles in with 2 or 3 short runs is better than no miles at all. So another thing is I don't know anything about this person's life schedule or anything, but squeezing runs in whenever they can. Get a 2 or 3 a half hour in the morning. Wake up earlier if you need to. Just do it after work. Maybe they're a fit training runs in around work. Maybe it's not feeling like going out for a 30-minute jog after work. But if you did that, your future self would not feel negatively about not doing those runs. You're probably tired in that current moment. You're gonna have a lot of activation energy required to get into motion after working a full-time job that day. But you got 2 options. You can do it and probably be really glad you did, or you cannot do it and list it as a struggle. So it's just a thought. Other things are, do a time audit for 2 days during the work week and a weekend day. Keep track of everything you're doing every 20 minutes and see where you can fit that run in. Are you spending 20 minutes on your phone in the evening just scrolling through Twitter? There's 2 miles. There's always little things you can do. As for preparing healthy food, food prep, I tell you. So, weekly meal. So we have this on our fridge up there, and it's weekly meal ideas. So breakfast options. I love food prepping for breakfast. Breakfast options: tofu scrambled burritos and overnight oats are almost always on that list. Making some chicken Alfredo. Chicken Alfredo. Where's that? From Gardein. And so, tofu burritos, you can make a dozen tofu burritos in like 30 or 40 minutes on a weekend, and those are, stick them in individual, or 2 depending on how large they are, in little freezer bags. Put them in the freezer, and you have 6 to 12 meals for breakfast. Overnight oats, literally you can make 4. So let's see. So my overnight oat recipe is 1 banana, half a cup of oats, and 0.66 cup of plant-based milk. I put that into jars like this, mix in some nuts, some frozen berries, chia seeds, whatever, vegan chocolate chips, and you've got some really tasty. I had one. Oh, and peanut butter is great in those. I had one of these it's maybe 400 or 500 calories. I had one of those for breakfast this morning. My wife did as well. She took it to school. So otherwise, we also have a couple like Egg McMuffin knockoffs, which is we got some of the Morningstar veggie sausage patties. We got the tube of polenta, cut it, air fried it, some vegan cheese, and put them in. Ooh. Yep. And then we put those in, sandwiched them between English muffins. Fantastic. There's a couple in the freezer. Take it out the night before, put it in the fridge, and nuke it in the microwave for a couple minutes. You've got a pretty tasty meal. And yeah, I mean, it's a little processed, but it's not like we're eating like cereal here, okay? Otherwise, oatmeal literally takes 2 minutes in the microwave to cook it. So super easy, super cheap, pretty tasty. You can mix and match, put in whatever you want. I just buy the quick oats. It's fine. So there's some ideas. I'm a big fan of food prep. Bagels are. I like a bagel from a local bakery, not like the junk in the bag. Or Dave's Killer Bread, I think, makes some pretty good bagels, if I remember correctly. But you get a bagel, some vegan cream cheese, top it with some Roma tomatoes, some pepper slices, cucumbers, a little bit of Italian seasoning. That's a pretty tasty breakfast. Or, if you want a real calorie bomb, put some nut butter on that warm bagel, and that is good. So, and then dinners. I'm a big fan of the slow cooker in the winter. I made this for lunch. I had leftovers. Always make leftovers. For leftovers today for lunch, I had a butternut curry recipe, and I put it over a mixture of rice and cauliflower rice. And you can just make that on a weekend, and you could probably freeze a full slow cooker full of it, and you've got 4 meals. Salads. I made a mixing bowl sized salad for myself earlier this week, and I made 2 normal sized, salads for my wife for 2 of her lunches this week. So, salads are incredibly healthy. It literally takes a half hour, and you can make 4 salads. Eat one then, and then you have 3 left over, and they're fine in the fridge for your next 3 lunches. So, time management. Do a time audit of yourself and see. I did this. I do this for work. I did a time audit for my coaching. What do I actually do throughout the day? Where can I fit things in a little better? Or what don't I need to do? Or another thing is invest in your time. Hire somebody to do your lawn. Hire somebody to come into your house once every 2 weeks and clean. Buying back your time. That reminds me of I read about a study, I think, and the article basically determined that some of the happiest people are people that don't spend money on things or necessarily experiences, but they spend money on buying back their time, so then they can do stuff that they want to do rather than having to deep clean the house for 4 hours once a month, or doing laundry or dishes or mowing their lawn if they don't want to do that. Buying back your time can be a really nice way to increase your happiness and also increase it's an investment in yourself. I have 40 people that invest in me as a coach to help them, hold them accountable, and to help get them out the door. I hear from at least 2 to 3 people every single week, you know, especially in the winter when the weather's kind of wacky. You know, like this is a run I probably would have skipped, or you know, having you hold me accountable really helped me do this 10-minute strength routine that didn't require any equipment. You know, things like that. So even investing in somebody like a coach, a personal trainer, to hold you accountable suddenly frees up a lot of time because you're paying money for it. I'm checking in on you I'm putting effort into prescribing you these things, making sure they're appropriate for your availability, of course, but also helping you actually do them. So just some ideas. I'd love for you know, fellow watchers to comment below with any other ideas that they found that helps them deal with time management and just getting stuff done. And of course, if you have any questions you want me to touch base on, please DM me and I will happily make a video on it. So as always, you keep running and I'm going to keep coaching.